Hey guys, basically I'm back here with the third part to my FNAF Secret of the Mimic custom plush review little mini series I have going on. And I don't know how many parts I'm going to make of this, but I can probably say this isn't going to be the last one. And this part specifically is just centered around some of the Welcome Show animatronics. This isn't all of them. I still am going to make all of them, most likely, most definitely actually. And who even knows how many more I'm going to make after that. So yeah, just be sure to stick around for that, because the ones I have up here now, honestly, are some of my favorite out of the Secret of the Mimic customs I've made so far. So let's just get into it and not waste any more time. Starting this off with the first one of these I made, which is of Octopus. Now, I did post a picture of this guy on my community post, so you guys have probably already seen this, but here's a better look at him. You know, he doesn't really, he's actually a pretty small, custom, and that's kind of the thing. If you guys have seen my other parts of my custom plush reviews or whatever for Secret of the Mimic, you would know, or at least I think I've said it. If I haven't, then you guys should know that the mascot costumes in pretty much all of the other Secret of the Mimic customs I've made previously have been up to scale, or at least a little bit taller than Sanchi plushies. And the Welcome Show animatronics I made are pretty much one-to-one with, you know, the 6-inch Funko plushies. So I made these smaller on purpose because I feel like it just kind of helps them be a little bit more different and stand out better than the mascot suits, because, you know, that's just my whole little thing about it there. I don't know, I just thought it would be a nice little detail. But getting back into the details on Octopus, I added as much as I could, but he's honestly a pretty simplistic character. I didn't need to do so much. I added some green spots on his tentacles, which I'll just say his tentacles are using these garden wires that I use for Big Top. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then just watch part 2. It's the most viewed parts for some reason, so if you haven't watched it yet, then I don't know how. But yeah, there's not much, like I said, that there is to go into this, because he's actually a pretty simple character. And a thing I noticed about when making his glasses is that, well, I mean, I made them the same way I made my Monty's Customs glasses, which has this little glare in the shapes and everything. I don't want to cause any controversy, but I think Monty stole Octopus's glasses. What? Moving along, I'm just going to show two at once, which are the two little Jug Band Happy Frog little creatures. I say Happy Frog because of the antenna. And I'll just say, despite how simple these may look, these were actually pretty difficult to make because of how small they were. I kind of had the same, issues when making the Freddles, which I didn't really talk about. Not really with the Trash Can game because they were more flat, but making the actual, Funko body plush style, in a very small little body, and so it's just a pain. It was just a pain. That's all I really have to say. But when it comes to details, these are actually these were pretty easy to get on the details and such, because I didn't need to do much for them, especially for this one. It was just, frog with overalls, and it pretty much has the same details as the female frog, except for the red dress and the bow tie and the lipstick and such. And also, these antennas are just one piece because I kind of needed it to, but obviously since when one flat piece of felt is glued onto another flat piece of felt, it tends to dangle if it's not sturdy or balanced or whatever. So the only one that's really actually done this though is the female one, and you can clearly see. But yeah, these were fine overall, but still a pain to make. That doesn't mean they're fine. Next one up I have to show is Jug Band Monty. I really like this guy. When I was just thinking about making him, first of all, I didn't even know how I was going to be able to do it, and I didn't know if I was actually going to be able to do it well. But, you could see the end result, and me personally, I think I did a pretty damn good job, As good of a job as everyone else has done, which theirs have been pretty stylistic, and I've just kept mine in the same tone and shape and form as Secret of the Mimic's, design, because that's kind of what I go for when it comes to the newest FNAF games like Security Breach and Ruin, and I guess Help Wanted 2 or whatever. I don't know. I always just trying to keep them accurate while also kind of doing a little bit of my own thing. The only real thing that's my own, I guess, is just the style, but even then, that's not even mine. But yeah, I guess also here's his tail, which does have detail. and I did have like a yellow covering on the bottom, so you know it's a little more sturdy and such, which these little antenna things are. I'm gonna move away from them. They were such a pain. Ow! Next one up is honestly a pretty simple one, but you know, still good, like Jugband Monty, and it's Jugband Hippo. And I can't describe, like, well, I mean, I guess I'll explain first of all the mouths and the jaw and the snout and everything. I don't think I explained it for Monty, but I just used cardboard and just bended it, like bended all the edges and all the flat sides to make this little shape. I'm pretty sure you guys can figure it out if I'm not explaining it good. And I just basically did the same for Jugband Hippo. But he was like very, very stylistic. Like Monty's, yeah, he was a little stylistic, but still, like he was still easy to, you know, kind of understand in terms of like, you know, the shape of his eyes or the shape of his head or whatever. The Jugband Hippo was very more cartoony, like 70s cartoony. Like if you can name a few. I can't though, because I wasn't born in the 70s. But like, you know, like I said, this is a pretty simplistic one to make because he doesn't have as much as Monty does. Like Monty has the overalls and such and all the other spots and the tails, which this guy does have a tail. It's a very small one though. But, you know, I just still like it. I just really like this one for some reason. I don't know why. Like, maybe it is just the simplicity of it, because that's all it really needs to be. So, yeah, there's not much else I can really say. Also, I kind of did the thing that Funko did for L-Chip, where I just added the straw texture only on the bottom side of the hat, not the top. I'm running out of breath. Yeah, you could say I could have done the same thing on the top, because that's how this hat works, but I really don't care. Now on to the last one of this batch, which I know we're already getting to that point, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever. And that one is Pig and Lasso, or Lasso Pig. The wiki calls him this, and I don't know why. This is actually my most recent one, and a pretty simple one too. Like, well, I mean, I don't think it was as simple as Jugband Hippo though, because there was a little bit more that went into him. Case in point, the lasso part, because like, I kind of just did what I always do with the arms, where I just had the strip of the arm like this, and I just kind of cut it at an angle, and, you know, that's how you get the straight arm, you know, point. You can kind of see it for Monty better. Like, I think you guys can see it. Like, it's hard for me to explain, because I'm terrible at explaining things, but it's at, like, an angle for when I cut the arms. Usually, they're just, you know, tubes, but I just cut them at a certain angle, like I've been saying. But for this arm, I had to flip it, so it's like he's holding it up, because that's how he actually is. Like, he's just permanently in this position holding it. And the lasso itself, similar to Rocktopus, or exactly like how I did Rocktopus's tentacles, it's just using that guarding wire that's very bendy. And I think the fact that it is bendy helps it stay in place better. Like, it will kind of dangle still, but that's just kind of how it has to be. I did have the idea of using pipe cleaners, but I think, I don't know, like, I didn't have the right color of pipe cleaners for the lasso specifically, and I think this works just fine. And I think it's actually stronger, because, like, it's not, like, tilting, like, drastically. Although the thing is that, obviously, yeah, since the lasso is only on his left side, he will just tip on that side, unless I prop him against something. Other than that, that's Pig and Lasso. And that is it for part 3 of the Secret of the Mimic custom plush review. Yay! I am in pain. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the customs I've made. And okay, I'm gonna be honest, I've made all these. I think I should spill the beans. I am going to be in the works of making a FNAF Secret of the Mimic plush series, like what everyone else is doing at the moment, because that's what gets you the revenue and the money. But I'm wanting to actually put effort into literally every detail, whether it's with sets or the actual characters. Case in point, all the Welcome Show animatronics. I am actually making all of them for like the first episode, but I can't say for sure when that is going to happen, because there's still quite a few I'm needing to make just for part 1, especially Arnold and such. And like, I'm planning on making like the Orville version of the elephant. It's a lot, and I don't want to say too much, because who knows, I probably could get it done like by the end of this month, but I probably won't be able to get it done by the time I'm wanting to release it. So yeah, and I'm not even going to tell you when that is, so just just shut it. But I'll let you guys off the hook. You've seen what I've had to make over the past few days. It's kind of been a torture, but not really. I've had fun making these. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please stick around on the channel. Also, this is actually the 700th video I've uploaded. Oh my god, we're almost at 1,000 videos. I am crashing. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye. Please stick around. Watch these 2 videos. They didn't get many views or many high views. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm fucking stuttering. Oh my god.
I stay lit, not like flickering lights. Good vibes and good times go well like chicken with rice. Squad goes, it's me, myself, and I, and just like smart homes. Trust me, the whole club know I arrived. I just wanna step over a velvet rope and people yell my name like a welcome home. Shower me in love, my umbrella's closed. The club going up just like how swellings grow. Put on my finest pair of clothes, club so packed I could barely